I'll probably get tired of saying stuff like this at some point, but it isn't going to happen anytime soon. In today's video, we go away to Manchester United in a league match. Just mad. Hello and welcome to part 117 of It's Coming Home. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we are away against Man United and at home against West Ham, both in the Premier League. Since you were last with me, this is what's been going on. We've had a couple of decent successes. Beat Bournemouth in the league, beat Brighton in the League Cup, and have lost to Fulham and Arsenal. All of it means, though, as it stands right now, we're mid-table in the Premier League, which is obviously an incredible overachievement if we were to end up there. The Kev ratio is back in play this year, which, if you're not familiar with the Kev ratio, because we've not been in a relegation battle for a little while, to successfully survive, we need as many points as games played, and we track that through the season. And at the moment, 6 games played, 6 points on the board, Kev ratio intact. If we keep that up, we will be fine. Of course, it's going to disappear today because we're playing Manchester United away from home, and obviously they're going to beat us. And then who do we play next? I've already forgotten, even though I've just told you. West Ham at home. West Ham are top of the league. We've won every match so far. We could be ending today's episode in the relegation zone, behind on the Kev ratio, and sad. But hopefully we won't. And this is the team that we're going to put out there to try and beat Manchester United. We've got Boyle in goal. A back four of Brown, Turner, Botello and Riviere. Harrison at the base in midfield. Samuel and Papuchiev in front of him. Manu behind Steer and Matondo. Let's get into this. And Steer and Matondo are my regular strike partnership these days, which is probably a little bit harsh on Sir Anthony Harris, but he's just so much older than the two of them. These two have got the potential to be Premier League players for the next 7 or 8 years, whereas Harris is 29, and whether it's with us or with someone else, will probably be in the Championship again by the time he's 30, because he's probably a Championship player. He might prove me wrong, but I suggest he's probably not cut out for the Premier League, which, considering he first played for us in the Northern Premier League Division 1 East, is fair enough that he's not cut out for the Premier League, because he was never supposed to be. The fact that we had Dean Morris in that starting team and he's gone on to be an England international is mad enough. But if we started with 2 future Premier League, like proper established Premier League players in that initial squad, that's insane. I know I've asked you before, but let me know down in the comments if you have played with the Home database, which is available at the Home Twitter. It's the pinned tweet on the Home Twitter, or at least it was. It probably isn't at the moment, because I've probably replaced it with the link to the shirts. I'll put it somewhere. I'll put it in the description or something on Twitter. But you can download the database. It doesn't have Harris and Morris and Phillips and Powell in the starting team, because it just randomly generates the team when you start the save. So let me know if you had any like outstanding superstars in your initial starting team with Home, and what they went on to do in their career. Did you have anyone of the standard of Dean Morris, who's closing in on 50 England caps? Did you have a Mick Powell, who's gone all through the leagues with you and scored nearly 200 goals for you? Let me know down in the comments who your heroes are. Why are we going over to the little telly? The ball wasn't even in the area. Why are we getting a penalty review? What is happening? I don't understand. And it is a penalty, apparently. Nonsense. Right. Boyle to save. No. Just no. Rubbish. We're 1-0 down away against Manchester United. I don't think anyone expected anything other than that, really. Other than maybe being 1-0 down a little earlier in the game. Because we're home. We're home and we're playing Manchester United in the Premier League. It's brilliant. I love it. I don't care if we win or lose. Just the novelty of the game is fun. Riviere on the right hand side. Penalty. Where's the little telly for that? He got tackled in the area. That means a penalty, doesn't it? Now they're coming at us again, and I think we're probably going to have to rethink this system. And I know we've loved it for so long. I particularly have probably loved it more than some of you have, with our diamond and our flying wing back / wingers. I don't know that we're going to get away with going to places like Old Trafford and doing it. I think we probably need a proper back four of 4 defenders And we probably need to... what we were doing at the start of last season is probably where we need to be thinking for this year, with the 4-3-3 maybe, and get some wide players in. But obviously we can't do it now because the season has started. We don't have any at the club. So we can't play with wide midfielders until January at the earliest. But we could probably pull the defenders back a little bit. The only problem with doing that, and we've done this before, not with Holme, but I think we experimented with it with Nuneaton at times last year. With a team that gets all its width from the fullbacks, if you then withdraw the fullbacks to try and be more defensively solid, you're still not very good. So you still concede goals, but because you don't have those fullbacks pushing on, you just completely stop scoring goals because you have no width going forward. So even though logically it seems like, yes, we should pull the wing backs back to being proper fullbacks so we concede fewer goals, it actually leads to us losing more games. That's my logic. And we've just lost a defender as well. Oh, God. Oh, no. What's happening? Oh, what's happening? We don't have a centre-back on the bench either. Of course we don't. Why would we? Harrison, the Manchester City loanee, is going to have to play centre-back at Old Trafford. How tall are you? Oh, my God. How tall are you? You might have to go and play centre-back. How tall are you? Why are they all so short? How tall are you? Goodness me. How tall? I know you can't play centre-back. I don't even know why I'm asking. You're 6'3", are you? Can't head, though. Do I really play a non-league right-back at centre-back in Manchester United in the league? The answer is no, I do not. We're going to play Harrison there, and he's just going to have to do it. And we're going to have to accept that we've had a man sent off at Old Trafford. It's not going to end well for us. We're the underdogs. Yeah. I mean, remember, we always look at the fixtures, and I kind of budget for where I expect to get my points from over the course of the season. I'm obviously not expecting to get any points out of either game against Manchester United. So losing this game isn't really a big deal, other than the fact that it does take us below the Kev ratio and draws us closer into that relegation zone. But a defeat against this lot doesn't matter. What matters is when we lose against Fulham, like we did a couple of games ago offline. That's much more of an issue, because they're the games where I'm expecting us to pick up some points, or hoping we'll, not necessarily expecting, but if we've got any chance of staying up, they're the games where we'll pick up some points, not Manchester United away. Sir Anthony Harris is on, though, and maybe he'll score at Old Trafford to keep his ridiculous career going. It would be insane. We're bearing in mind, we're only 1-0 down still. We're 2-0 down. Offside, anybody? No, you're literally running away. Well, at 1-0 down, there was always the chance we could score a freak goal against the run of play. But at 2-0 down, we kind of got to accept defeat. I feel like that's offside. Not happy at all about what's happened there. And now they're going to run away with it because we're going to continue trying to chase the game. And this is where it probably makes sense to drop the fullbacks back to try and... Because it doesn't matter if we can score a breakaway goal now. We're not going to score 2 if we played for another 5 hours. But it would be nice for us to not concede 8 because we might need goal difference at the end of the year. But I'm not going to do it. I can't bring myself to... I don't want to see replays either. Who can we... What changes can we make here? What can we do? Brown's having a terrible game, so Sweeney can come on for him. And there's your game-changing substitution there. Changed our left-back. All will be good now. Harrison with a completely aimless ball forward. It was lovely. Oh, dear. We've had 2 shots on target in the entire match. To be fair to us, we've shared possession fairly evenly. We've had roughly equivalent pass completion, tackles won. We've won more headers than they have. The one place we've struggled is just, quality, being any good, creating chances, finishing those chances that we do create. We're a championship team playing at Old Trafford. Harris just hits the post. Oh! In another world, at another time, he scores there, and it's 3-1, and it doesn't really matter. Other than, again, nostalgia, I'd like Anthony Harris to score at Old Trafford, but it doesn't make any difference really in the grand scheme of things, so I don't suppose it really matters. Riviere can't get the crossover. Papachiev is chasing down one of them pesky wonder kids again, and they're going to grab their fourth, and there it is. With 20 minutes to go, I thought we had a chance of getting back into this game against a run of play, and then I think they heard me say it and just decided to go up a gear. They're maybe in third gear at the moment. This isn't Manchester United at their best, but this is them playing good enough to beat us convincingly. I don't know how many of the games against the big teams I'm going to show you. It's nice. The excitement is fun, but commentating on games where we've got absolutely no chance, not so fun. It might be more fun to commentate on Newcastle or Watford or Brighton, where we might win. Winning would be nice. I mean, I did say if we're half a dozen games into the start of the season, we've got no points, we've got no hope. We're 7 games into the season, we have 6 points. We have a chance. I still expect us to get relegated this season, and thankfully, that is what we planned for in the summer. That's the squad we assembled, if you recall, was a squad designed to get promoted next year. We weren't signing a squad to stay up. That's why there's so many players who are young with potential. They weren't. If we were trying to sign a squad to stay up, we'd have filled the team with 31-year-old or 32-year-old Liverpool and Arsenal and Man United rejects who had loads of Premier League experience and probably would have kept us up. But then you're stuck with a team of old men, and it doesn't really move you on as a club. 2 years in the Premier League and then relegation isn't any better. It's probably worse long term than 1 year, come straight back down, go straight back up, which I'm hoping is what we'll do. I think we've got a much better squad now than we had 6 months ago. If we manage to stay up, brilliant, because we will be a better team next year. And this squad could probably push on for lower mid-table next year if we manage to stay up against a run of play. If we go down, we'll come up as champions. I don't like playing big teams away from home, though. That hurt. Right, here we go then against West Ham. Couple of changes. One of them obviously enforced. McCrory's had to come in at the back because of the suspension to Botello, and we brought Torres into midfield because he's actually quite good. I know he was rubbish in the last episode, but he's kind of our best midfield player. He does have a little bit of Premier League experience, and he played for Barcelona. They paid £10 million for him, so he's all right. It's Jonathan Torres, so fingers crossed he'll be a superstar for us today against, might I remind you again, top of the table West Ham. So, yeah. Oh, goodness me. I mean, they've still got actual real players. Oh, not Noah Okafor. Oh, not like this. If you don't watch Non-League to Legend, you won't know why that would be so sad. But oh my goodness, that would be sad. We're the underdogs, and that suits us down to the ground. Let's go cause an upset. Yes, let's go and cause an upset. I want to play at our own ground. I think it would be a big help for us if we were actually playing in home in front of 5,500 people. I know you're not allowed to do that in the Premier League, and I know we're making a lot of money by getting 15,000, 20,000 people into Stadium MK every match, but I can't help but feel clubs would hate coming to the Serenuk Nuhu Arena, Stadium, whatever we called it. Don't even remember now. It's so far in the past. We'll be playing there again next year. I'll remember them. We're getting shots on goal, but they're too far out to be a regular threat. I don't care. A draw here would be lovely. Obviously, a win would get us back in line with the Kev ratio, but a draw is point. Well, I was going to say points. It's point. It keeps us 3 points out of the relegation zone, which that'll be fine. Just grind out points. This is probably a game pre-season that I would have thought we might get something out of before I realised West Ham are going to be top of the league. So we're not doing too badly. If everyone continues to work hard, we'll win this. Yeah, we'll win it. I don't care if we win it. I just don't want to lose it. I don't want to be embarrassed again like we were. Oh, there's Noah Okafor. Like we were against Manchester United. if we can avoid embarrassment. And I think that's got to be the theme for the season, really, as we drift down into the relegation zone. As long as we don't get embarrassed too often. They've already made all 3 of their substitutions. West Ham are throwing everything at us here, and we're just taking it. Nothing. We're not getting any highlights, but who cares? We're not losing yet. Right, let's take Torres off. Bring Pagonis on in midfield, or Pagonis. No. Manu can come off for Duku, and that will do for now. Should we have 10 minutes of passion? See if they can handle our passion. We're going into the last 20 minutes of the game, still very much in the match. We could sneak something here with a late goal. And who's the man we want on the pitch to get us that late goal? It's Sir Anthony Harris. Let's get him on there. And just a late goal, a late winner. It would be glorious. Let's get creative. We've got 5 minutes from a corner, a free kick. I don't care. Just off somebody's backside. A highlight even. No? That has been the most nothing game in the history of YouTube. Was there even a highlight in the entire match? I'm happy because we didn't lose. And they're a good team who've been in good form. They'd won every game before they played us. And we've held them to a draw. So it's a fantastic result. But my word, was that a nothing match. Manchester City. Oh, he's just looking at his own player. I thought they were going to try and sign one of our players, but no, he's just checking his own youngster, who I guess, playing Premier League football, that's pretty cool for him. Right, we will be back tomorrow. I said I was going to try and avoid him, but we've got Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool back to back there. We'll pick 2 of those 3, I think, and just show you a couple of beatings again. We might win one. We've got to win some of these games in the meantime. We've got to beat Burnley and Leeds and Brighton. If we can pick up from these next 8 games, if we can get, I'd like to think 10 points, maybe a draw against Newcastle or Everton. We've got to be looking at 10 points from the next 8 games, which would get us to how many games we played. So that'd be 16 games in. We'd be on 17 points. We'd be ahead of the Kev ratio. That's got to be the goal. 10 points for the next 8 games. Cross everything. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.